Hello, this is Manish Patel with IMTF Trade. Today is February 26th, and we're getting ready to turn the corner to go into March. March typically gets to become an ugly month, so that's one of the reasons why we want to go ahead and put our video out to kind of give you a current status of the market. Before we begin, here's our normal disclaimer here. You guys could go through it, but we're going to start beginning the market analysis where we're going to start looking at the VIX, which is an inverse relationship to the market first, and then we're going to go into E-mini S&P 500 futures. So those are the two products that we pretty much look at in order to gauge to see exactly where the market's at right now and where it's going to be in the next couple of weeks. So here is the weekly chart for the VIX. If you remember, we specified two different zones. Here is a support, there is a resistance, and that's the middle of the consolidation pattern. And this is pretty much what we've been engaging in for years. And you could kind of see here, there's been some bleeps here and there. But overall, this is what's been following, especially in 2018. You can see it's been following these levels accurately here. If you're in the top zone, that basically means the market's bearish, since the VIX is an inverse relationship to the market. If you're in a bottom zone, the market is basically bullish. And if you're bullish, and if you're close to this middle here, then you're bullish consolidation. But if you start to move down, as we are right now, we're pretty much in a bullish trending market right now. And you could see that we're more than 3/4 away to get to this major support. When you get down here, then there's a high probability the markets will sit there and bounce off there and start to go up. It can't sit there and consolidate as it did here. And so this is kind of where you look for confirmations. But you could see here, we closed here January of this year, pretty much below this level here. We came back, pulled back that level right there, confirmed it, and pretty much we've been going down since then to pretty much the end of February. Okay. So it does look like we're gonna sit there and possibly maybe this week and next week go in and maybe sit there and try to get to the support. When we get to the support, then we do have a high probability where it could bounce off there and the markets can go for a pullback, and that's kind of what we're expecting because March is typically ugly month. Let's quickly look at the daily time frame to see exactly what that offers. And you can see here the daily time frame chart's still pulling up. You can see here we're in a nice bearish trend. You can see we had a signal here. The bearish signal got triggered right there, and you could see these multiple time frame resistances holding this thing down. And you could see it, we're slowly going down here. There's a minor resistance here. You could see that's developing on the monthly, on the daily, which is roughly about right there. So 1535 is a critical level for minor resistances, you can say it is. Okay, so let's quickly now go and look at the E-mini S&P 500 futures and see exactly if that confirms what the VIX is doing. Here's a monthly time frame here. We're going to look at this because you could see exactly what happened here. There's a multiple time frame support right there, and that was where we kind of held here when the markets were going down basically in December, and you could see January we basically came back that level and then held it, and then we've gone up. Okay, so we've been going up, and now the critical level is where are we going. So let's go to the weekly time frame. Let's look at that. Here's a weekly time frame, and you can kind of see it's very, very ugly, as you could say here. We had a resistance here which we broke last week, which was around 27.76, and then we kind of confirmed it the following week. Well, sorry, 2 weeks ago, and then we confirmed it last week, and you could kind of see we're hovering around here. The next major resistance is this level here, and you could see that's a major level there because it kind of stopped there, hovered around it, above it, and then broke that level and then came down. So these are levels right now that you're looking at as far as the market's concerned. As long as we hold the support here on a weekly time frame, we still have a high probability to get that resistance level. If we break that level here, then we'll have to look exactly where the next support is. There's some minor supports right there, which is a critical level right there. So these are the levels that basically the E-mini is looking at. You could see that we are overextended because we got that red dot, which means short-term overextension, and you could see why, because we've been going up drastically here. This thing kind of needs to equalize, so we are expecting in March some type of pullback. We don't know how severe it's going to be at all, because you could see these levels really don't give us that much right now, so we need to kind of see exactly what levels will give us when the pullback does start to occur. But you could see these levels here that were already marked up. We think these levels are going to be good. We're hoping to see kind of the market to pull back down, maybe to this 26.29 level in March, and at that point it could be some great buying opportunities moving forward. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email us at info@eiicapital.com. Quickly before we go, I want to show you exactly what stocks are trending in this market at this point. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you everything that's trending on basically the weekly and monthly time frame in the S&P 500. So I'm going to go to our scanner at imtftrade.com. I'm going to choose the S&P 500, and then I'm going to go to the monthly time frame, and I'm going to choose strategy 5, which is bullish. So that tells me everything that's trending on the monthly, and then I'm going to go to the weekly and do the same. So this tells you how the whole S&P 500, what really is trending, so you could see exactly what is trending in this market right now. And you could see there's only a handful of instruments here, less than 20 here, and these are basically all trending bullish in this market right now. To see the ones that are truly trending bearish, all I'm going to do is came there and turn this to being bearish, number 5, and you can see the list is a little more here, in fact more than 20, so a little less than 30 here that are basically bearish. So these are the ones that are truly bearish, and the ones I'm going to go are truly bullish. So if you're trying to trade in the direction of the higher time frames, then what you're looking for are opportunities on these instruments for bearish, and the other ones I just showed you a minute ago for bullish on the lower time frames and so forth. So if you have any questions, email us at info@eiicapital.com. Thank you.